Thank you very much. Okay, hear ye. This is a meeting of the Townsend Affordable Housing Trust Fund. Joan Savoy, the chair, calling the meeting to order at 4:42 p.m. on Friday, March 12th. And can we have a roll call of those members present, please?
Mike Verosco, present.
Joan Savoy, present. Thanks, Mike. The meeting is being video recorded and broadcast on Channel 9, and it will be uploaded to the town's YouTube channel. 1.4, Chairman's additions and deletions to agenda. There are none. Appointments. Number 2, appointments. Votes may be taken. 2.1, appoint a clerk to take minutes. Mike, how excited are you about taking minutes?
I can take minutes.
Oh, bless your heart. Well, so you know what I can do, Mike, to make your life easier? What I did, because I took the minutes from the last meeting, I'll send you after every meeting the, well, you may already have it. I don't know if I sent it over in a PDF or the docs, but I'll send you the template, the agenda template in a docs, and then you can just go in and type in, just change it to a meeting template and just go in and add the verbiage. That's what I've been doing.
Perfect.
So it makes life easy. Thank you. Okay, so 3, meeting business, votes may be taken. So I'd like to give an update on the Central Massachusetts Housing Alliance, the COVID relief funds for rental and mortgage assistance, an update. And thus far, there have actually been 5 payments made. Hooray. No, I don't believe any banks, just landlords. So 5 payments for people, 4 applications have been rejected, 6 are pending, are approved pending, so they're about to get wrapped up, and there are 20 in the wings. So it's good that people are applying. And I'm going to do another PSA on the next door, and hopefully we can get some more PSA actual printouts out there in the world for people to grab, say at the hardware store or whatever.
Do we get told why they were rejected by any chance, or they just say rejected?
Yeah, the rejections, Mike, are, let me see. One I know was way over income, which actually in this, since we're in Middlesex County, they use 80% of the
AMI.
The AMI for Middlesex, which is rather high, you know.
Middlesex is high, and
yeah,
I deal with it a lot for work, so
yeah.
Pretty
it works in our favor, and that, you know, people's favor in that regard, at least. Yeah. So one person was already receiving benefits. One person had too much income. Oh, Mike. You know, I thought I was so prepared and I had all this printed out. Oh, that's all I've got.
That's all right. No, I'm just curious if they do give us feedback so we know. And is there a cost to us for them processing those applications that get rejected?
Yes. No. They only, thank you. That's a good question. They only charge us for monies actually paid out. So one of the things we're going to look at tonight is they did send in an invoice, our first invoice, and they take 10% of actual funds paid out. Perfect. So, you know, they do a lot of paperwork and documentation and back and forth before they can get somebody set up. So it's you know, they don't charge us per app, they charge us per successful payment out.
Good.
Yeah.
Just wanted to make sure of that too, because if that was the case, I'd see if we could do like a pretty
valid question, Mike. Okay, so then 3.2, I would like a vote. Mike, you'd have to make the motion, please, to allow me to sign, and I did send you that in an email, the state COVID relief certification for $100,000 in rental and mortgage assistance funds for town residents. This form, Adam, the town council vetted it and changed the one the state had originally sent over. It basically, well, you know, you saw it, but it's the certification. It says, as a duly authorized rep of the housing affordable housing trust, that I have the authority to request, you know, the monies, and that to request that we make the expenditures out of the monies. And I did ask that they put in there a reporting piece. That was important to me, that it said I would regularly report. So I am doing that tonight, and I believe at the BOS meeting next week on the 16th, I will be reporting to the BOS.
Okay, and this is the $100,000 that we already have from them?
Yes, it's the $100,000 that's been earmarked. Now this doesn't include that other 20,000 that we've got the soft hold on. So when and if we need that, we'll ask for the other 20. But for now, we're just looking at the 100,000. And it, you read it. You know, I, Joan Savoy, will regularly report incurred expenses to the town. I'll coordinate with the town in optimizing the federal funds, and obviously anything that doesn't get spent for the wherewithal of our town residents gets returned.
Perfect. Yeah, no, definitely. Then I'm going to move to make a motion to allow the chair, Joan Savoy, to sign the state CVRF cert for the $100,000 for the rental and mortgage assistance funds to Townsend residents.
Okay, all in favor?
Mike Verosco, aye.
Joan Savoy, aye. And it passes. And by the way, you know, we don't ever have, I don't ever have that money.
Yeah.
Just in case anybody wants to know. Okay. Thank you. Item 3.3, vote to authorize the town accountant to pay, even though I put slash treasurer, it's the town accountant. Maybe it is a treasurer. The town accountant may give it to the accountant makes the payment, I'm pretty sure. So they pay, we have a bill in, and it's, so we have to vote to allow that first bill to be paid, but also, Mike, just this once, I'm gonna have to ask you to go to town hall to sign a schedule of department payables, because the next thing we're gonna do is vote for that. In the future, only I have to go to town hall to sign off on that.
Yep.
Okay, so, and I will tell you what we're looking at for payables. So of the, and the names and addresses have been blocked out, so we don't know who that is. We have direct client assistance of $6,895. And then the 10% agency admin fee is $689.50 for a total of $7,584.50. And that would be for arrears for 3 people, and stipend for it might be 2 stipends. Yeah, it's 2 stipends and 3 arrears. A stipend is basically they pay some future rent going forward because the people have been able to verify that they need that help going forward. It is an allowable expense. And I will tell you that Lori Plourde, who left as the town accountant, her last day was Thursday, the 11th, I believe. Maybe today. No, it was Thursday the 11th, yesterday. She ran by all of the documentation that she received from Central Mass Housing Authority for these invoices to be paid and the stipends, and checked with Mr. Sweeney at the Department of Housing and Community Development, checked with him to make sure that everything was copacetic, was allowable, and it certainly is.
Okay, perfect.
Yep.
Perfect.
So going forward, we know that we can, and CMHA does their homework. So they will decide who qualifies for a stipend, who can get a stipend, etc.
Okay, perfect,
Okay,
perfect.
thanks,
So,
Mike.
I need to make a motion. It sounds like.
Yes, so please, I need a motion to pay the first bill from Central Mass Housing Authority in the amount of $7,584.50.
So, so I'm gonna make a motion to authorize the appropriate party at town hall, either the accountant, treasurer, or whoever may be the power at will, to pay the bill to the CMHA for the amount of Joan. What was that? My pen died. I'm sorry.
$7,584.50.
$7,584.50.
Thank you. All in favor?
Mike
Oh, and I have to
Verosco.
I'm sorry, I have to second that. Am I right?
Yep.
Okay.
All right. Mike Verosco, aye.
Joan Savoy, aye. Thank you, and that passes. And Mike, again, I'm sorry, but if you can get down, I'll have this. I'll get over to town hall first thing Monday morning with the payable sheet that that goes on top of the invoice. You can sign off and look at the invoice, and next we'll vote that you don't have to do that in the future.
All right, perfect.
Okay.
And just go to the town clerk's office.
Yep.
Perfect.
Or if so, you know what? If the town clerk doesn't want it, I'll bring it to the assistant treasurer. So it'll be in one of those two offices.
Awesome.
Okay. Thank you. Probably my guess it'll be the treasurer, but I'll let you know.
Perfect.
Thank you. Okay. So item 3.4, vote to authorize the chair, Joan Savoy, to sign for Central Mass Housing Authority invoices payable in the future. That are helping our town residents with their rental and mortgage relief through the COVID funds. So that means that nobody else has to sign, just I'll sign.
Perfect. Yeah. So yeah, I'm gonna make a motion to allow the chair, Joan Savoy, to sign for the CMHA bills payable in the future.
Thank you, and I second that. All votes, please.
Mike Verosco, aye.
Joan Savoy, aye, and that passes. Thank you. And then the last item in meeting business, 3.5, a vote. So this is a vote to allow Central Mass to combine our COVID relief funds for rental and mortgage assistance, which, Mike, our maximum is $4,000, with RAFT funds to pay rental arrears of Townsend residents. And Lori also checked with the Department of Housing and Community Development that was okay, and it is. And so I'll give you a little background on that. So the CVRF funds, those are emergency health funds basically for the COVID times. RAF funds helps all kinds of households by providing up to $10,000 per household to help preserve current housing or move to new housing. Funding can be used for a variety of needs, including rent or mortgage arrears, security deposits, or other expenses to help households obtain or maintain stable housing. And we got a question from CMHA asking if they could combine the COVID relief funds with the RAF funds, because there is one client that owes a total of $10,200. They had a court date on March 3rd. The client and her family all had COVID and were not able to work, but the husband is returning to work soon and they will be able to sustain their tenancy moving forward. So all of the documents were checked out, and like I said, Department of Housing and Community Development says it's an okay thing. Then the second client owes $4,573.84 as of last week, 2 weeks ago. That client's been trying to keep up with her rents, been struggling to pay arrears. also affected by COVID as her employment hours were cut. Again, a legitimate expense. All the documents are fine. So this vote, 3.5, would be a vote to allow Central Mass Housing Authority to combine our town's COVID CARES relief funds at the maximum of $4,000 with RAFT funds to pay the rental arrears of Townsend residents. Can I have a motion, please?
Yes, let me.
Unless you have questions, Mike, I'm sorry.
The only question I did have, so just to confirm, so the CMHA funds is the max 4,000, and the RAF funds are different funds that
Max 10.
Okay. So, and then these are going to be voted on individually basis like this, or is this going to be like a blanket for all?
No, it's just a blanket going forward. You know, since the Department of Housing and Community Development has in writing, you know, and I have the email stated that it is an appropriate mingling of funds. I have faith from the dealings I've had with CMHA that they are objectively and professionally vetting these applications, and that if they feel a commingling would be of value, I'm all for it.
Okay. So basically they're going to kind of determine if this is mingling or not mingling, and if it's really an appropriate situation that they can do this.
Yes.
All right. So after discussion, I'm going to make a vote. I'm going to make a motion to allow CMHA to combine the CVRF funds with the max of 4,000 with the RAF funds to pay the rental arrears for Townsend residents.
Thank you. I second the motion. May I have a vote, please?
Mike Verosco, aye.
Joan Savoy, aye, and that passes. Thanks. And then the last thing, approve the minutes of our last meeting on 1/27/21. I did send those over to you. And any questions?
No, I had no questions. I did read it, and I make a motion to accept the minutes as presented in the email prior.
And I second that motion. Vote, please.
Mike Verosco, aye.
Joan Savoy, aye. The minutes of 1/27/21 are approved. Oh, and I just figured out the other day, we're not even on the town website. So we're working toward the Affordable Housing Trust actually being on the list. And so people could go in and see all our past minutes and agendas, etc.
Perfect.
Yep. So can I make a motion to adjourn, please, at 5 p.m.?
Motion seconded.
All right. Am I allowed to make a motion as a chair?
Yeah.
I am?
I mean, I can make a motion just to confirm it. I make a motion to adjourn at 5 p.m.
Okay. I second the motion. Votes, please.
Mike Verosco, aye.
Joan Savoy, aye. Hartley, thanks. Mike, thanks.
Thanks. Have a great weekend, guys.
You too. See ya.
See ya.
Bye.